just realized that is really loud in the background. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. So I wanted my door open because it's fucking hot as shit in my bedroom. I don't want the fan on because that's gonna affect the microphone for me. And excuse me. On top of that, if I have my door open, apparently I'll have really loud background noise, which I do not want. Excuse me again, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I gotta deal with. Oh, and also, for anyone wondering why there's no earpiece on this side, look at that. It broke, except it's also half broken because apparently I can just pop it back on. Now, even though I could just do that, and also this earpiece still works, even though I could just do that, it's not meant to. So what happened basically was I laid on my backpack and it popped off. Like a piece popped off, and yeah, that happens.
I've done that before. No, not that. I fell asleep with my headphones on and they broke.
Wasn't it? No, it wasn't even the fact that my headphones were on. They were just in the backpack, and I was using the backpack as the pillow. And somehow it fucking made a piece pop off, and I don't know where that plastic piece is, but the fucking things still work, and it's not like this headpiece or earpiece just falls off sporadically while I'm wearing it. It stays on, so thank God.
So today's topics, at least so far, are friends, family, and flavored drinks.
Oh yeah, speaking of flavored drinks, let me go get mine.
Because see, it's talking time with caffeine, but according to nearly all the people that attended my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 screening, this podcast should be illegal because it needs to be retitled Talking Time with Water. Well, fuck off. I'll drink whatever I want. This is my alcohol. How about that?
Where's the podcast? I have this repeating.
What's funny is that I'm now able to drink real alcohol, and I hate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the repetition in the audio. Apparently, I had the stream playing.
What was that Mountain Dew? What was that Mountain Dew?
Guess.
The
That looked
USA.
like 4th of July Mountain Dew. What was that?
Is that the one I did the food review on?
Yeah, it is.
Mountain Dew SA? What? Is this? If that's 4th of July themed, they're way too early unless they're doing it for Memorial Day.
I tried. It's like I tried that. It was okay, I guess.
It's not that bad, actually. I think it's pretty good. But I actually have a story about this.
Well, while you're doing this story, I am going to take this ancestry test I took. I ordered it for the family portion of the thing.
So you got scammed, is what you're saying.
What?
Nice response. What? So you basically got scammed, is what you're saying, is what I said.
What? You got scammed? How?
I did?
Well, I think ancestry tests are scams, but I don't really know enough to actually be serious about the claim.
Ancestry DNA.
The only thing that I've seen with the ancestry tests was fucking this website called Ancestry.com. I think that's a total fucking scam.
Yeah, it was $20. It was like $30 off normal price. I'm like, oh, well, it's cheap. I'm going to go for it.
Oh my god!
Did
I mention something that's a real scam? That it doesn't have to do with ancestry, but it has a similar. The website has a similar color palette.
Oh yeah. Actually, what was that Pepsi flavor?
My Pepsi flavor, it's Pepsi Max.
Oh,
collection bag for DNA.
Like? It's basically Pepsi version of Coke Zero. They try to stay true to the actual Pepsi flavor, but they have the 0 calories of Diet Pepsi.
Oh.
Basically, it tastes like regular Pepsi with not as much of a sugary taste.
Did you get a Big Mac along with it?
Oh, Big Mac? No, I don't have no Big Macs. So.
You're not the Big Mac guy every day.
No, but you know what? When we eventually get to the anti-flavored drink propaganda that's been going on recently, maybe it's because of his digestive system, but the Big Mac fanatic, his only source of fluid is mostly Coke.
Jesus Christ.
And not even that has given him health problems.
Apparently not. Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Here's my collection tube.
Well, here the only reason I can think of why he doesn't have like diabetes, a heart condition, or anything like that is that he doesn't consume a whole lot of calories per day.
Well,
That's
I mean, the lack of water should, cause health problems. The fact that he doesn't have any.
Well, the thing is,
crazy.
Well, here's the thing. I only seldom drink pure water. Like, most of the water I drink is my iced tea. But when I'm at school, forget it. Most of what I have access to is just soft drinks.
Really? They don't sell water there?
They do, but it's Dasani water. And when I found out one of its ingredients is apparently used in lethal injections, I don't quite trust it.
So, you know what I find ironic? How there's these places that sell water bottles, but then they also have water fountains. The only difference is that the water fountains probably taste like fucking shit.
The fuck? No, you idiot! I wanted to go up. No, and why did I kill myself?
Oh, there it goes.
There goes that shit glitch.
By the way, off topic real fast. Did you see my Dark Souls video?
Oh, I noticed it in my sub list, but I didn't actually see it.
Brandon and Vandalia watched it. What's the matter with you?
I don't remember when it was when I saw it in my sub list. It was probably late last night or something.
All right, now I have to wait for this stupid platform to rise because that's where I need to go.
Got to enter the code manually because apparently my phone won't scan things.
So I guess I should
enter the code.
So I guess I should start one of my topics now.
Yep.
Go on ahead.
Okay. Well, so this story that I have with this soda. So it all started with Vandalia's fucking video because his video is actually the only reason I knew about this flavor's existence. I have never heard of this until like when I saw the video probably the other day.
You're welcome.
Remember to drink Pepsi products.
Pepsi Cola. So I went out and got this soda, and I wanted to do kind of the same thing what Vandalia did, except take it up a notch. I wanted to also get the 3 separate flavors that the soda combines, then combine those separate flavors to see what they tasted like. But I ran into a huge, huge problem. But first, let me open this. I'm going to sound like a shotgun.
Finally, I rise in the elevator.
There we go.
There goes Shotgun Man.
Wait, yeah, I had water, but then when we mentioned flavored drinks, and I'm like, hey, remember when I had water? Yeah, fuck that shit.
Oh, off topic real fast. Remember when I sent you that Skype message complaining that, oh my god, I have to go to that computer lab where Shotgun Man works. I'm going to have to listen to his constant sniffing. That's going to distract me. And then, well, it was probably that. I don't even know if that was a guarantee because a lot of kids were sniffing at that time because it was like flu season.
Real fast, it says your DNA is activated. Click the saliva sample. Do not eat, drink, smoke, or chew gum for 30 minutes before providing your saliva sample.
Oh, God.
Well, nice try, but you can't drink soda now. You're fucked. All right, so basically, so I went out to search for the 3 different flavors. which were Code Red, Voltage, and Whiteout. I found Code Red and Voltage, but the first store I went to didn't have Whiteout, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, I guess we'll just go to a different store. Little did MarioTube realize that he would go to fucking, like, 5 different stores. I'm not joking. 5 different stores. That includes gas stations and a fucking, like, multiple Circle Ks. I went to the 99-cent store. I went to fucking Fry's Food and Drug. I even went to a fucking Walmart and other gas stations. And somehow, I don't fucking know how, but it's as if no fucking stores sell Whiteout anymore. Literally, none of the stores I went to had one kind of Whiteout. They didn't have it in a box. They didn't have it in a bottle, not even in a can. They had it not at all. Nothing. There was no Whiteout. But I could easily find Code Red and Voltage. Like, what the fuck happened? Fucking back in Colorado, I could find Whiteout in a fucking 7-Eleven right fucking there along with the other flavors. Everything was good and shit. But no, now I can't find Whiteout unless I buy this, which is going to have the other flavors. So I can't even get 3 separate flavors. That is the last one, Whiteout, just to fucking see what they would taste like if I mix the separate flavors compared to the officially mixed version. So what the fuck, Pepsi Cola? Do you just not sell Whiteout on purpose now? Or like, what the fuck happened? Because I should have been able to fucking find Whiteout, but no. After 5 different stores, including a Walmart, I was somehow incapable of finding it because no fucking store seems to sell them anymore. It's fucking bullshit.
I am bad at spitting. Mostly with a dry mouth.
Wow.
So what do you think?
I haven't seen Whiteout or I haven't seen. I haven't paid attention. I don't think I saw any Whiteout recently.
Huh?
I don't think I saw any Whiteout recently.
You saw a Whiteout recently?
I don't think I have.
Oh, well, what the fuck? Nick, have you any seen Whiteout Mountain Dews recently?
I didn't even know that existed. But you remind me of an Angry Grandpa video.
How am I supposed to spit a little? I'm supposed to spit this much without drinking anything?
For 30 minutes.
You know how you just remind me of an Angry Grandpa video?
How?
So recently, Pickle Boy tried to make Angry Grandpa try this unicorn smoothie or something like that, unicorn icy or something like that. And because he tasted it himself and thought it was disgusting, so he wanted to see what Angry Grandpa thought of it. So they went to a Dunkin' Donuts, a Starbucks. No, Starbucks is where it was being sold, I think. They go to the Starbucks, they find out it's out of stock. Then they ended up spending at least an hour searching various Starbucks, finding out they didn't have any. And then finally they found this one Starbucks that was far away from their house that had the unicorn, whatever it was, in stock. So Grandpa tries it, and then he finds he likes it. And then, rather abruptly, he complains it has a bad aftertaste, and he throws it on the ground.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually surprised you said that I reminded you of Angry Grandpa. I thought you would have said something like, you know, you reminded me of Francis.
Francis?
Yeah, you know, the character that Boogie2988 plays.
Yeah, but I've barely watched those videos.
Oh, well, shit.
I looked this up. I never needed to spit before I had stuff in my mouth.
Yeah, it looks like you're fucking smoking on a pipe that's like really tiny and plasticky.
It is. I don't know. I'm supposed to get this much about fluid.
I swear to God, if they make you spin that so much, and then they send it back, and they send you with the fucking DNA results, it's like some bullshit where it's like not even the same last name.
Well, I know what it is. I was adopted, so I don't know my ancestry that well. These DNA ancestry.
Well, shit. I think you're like the second person. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the second person I know that's been adopted. At least now. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to depend on myself to keep this going, huh?
So, so topic was, I guess, are you done with your topic? Or on your topic?
Yeah, it's done.
So I guess we're talking about friends. That's all.
Oh. Well, I guess I technically already started that topic, didn't I?
All right. Yeah, I decided the friend thing because for a while we were all having a big argument.
Yeah. Probably best not to be named.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also thinking about how sometimes we have good friends and bad friends and everything. And
Oh yeah.
like, I had people I thought were friends in high school, then all of a sudden they like, you know what, I'm not your friends anymore because
Wow, that's stupid.
randomly and like I don't think Snick was friends with his roommates this past year.
Oh no.
One of them I'd say was friendly enough. Well, two of them, and then the other not so much. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My ma, even before I went to college, stressed, "Oh, you don't have to be friends with the people you room with. You just have to be on good terms with them." But to me, what's the point of rooming with them if you're not going to be friends with them? Because why would you just live with somebody who's not interested in who you are, may possibly hate you, and even if they do display limited interest in you or don't happen to hate you, like if they're not your friend, why would you live with them? Because like it's hard to describe, but just doesn't feel right living with someone who's almost a complete stranger to you all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I have no idea if this even going anywhere.
I'd say it's going somewhere. Because you could say a lot of the friends I've had have preferred, let's just say that I've never been a priority. I hate to sound selfish like that, but generally the friends I've had, I generally have to beg them if I can take part in activities.
I've had a couple friends that were somewhat similar. I mean, wasn't more of I had to beg for them to do activities. It was more just things just didn't work out. And I remember one guy I was friends with that actually Brian was also a friend with not a long time ago, maybe like a couple years ago or so. I believe I met him in person too, actually, one time or a couple times, I don't remember. So actually, I think it was a family member. Well, I'm not going to get too far into that, but basically, Brandon was friends with this guy, and I was friends with that guy too, and you know, we seemed to be on good terms, but things were happening in the background that I was completely unaware of and wasn't even told. And during this time, me and Brandon and this guy all had PS4s. My PS4 was connected with Brandon's PS4 because I didn't pay for the.
So I knew you around this time because you didn't have your PS4 until that one Christmas where we did the New Year's special.
Yeah. So yeah, I was connected on his PS4 because I didn't have the online thing with PlayStation Plus, but as long as I was connected to Brandon, then I could basically play online all I want for free, pretty much.
Fuck.
So, and keep in mind that I don't think you could have multiple accounts connected like that. I think it's only one at a time, but I don't believe this person's account was also connected with Brandon's. I think he was paying for PlayStation Plus at this time, so he had his own thing. So, yeah, things are going on in the background. Apparently, this guy would scam people on PlayStation for money of some sorts. I don't really know what kind of... No, seriously, he would fucking scam people for money. I don't remember why he needed money, but I guess he needed money for whatever reason. And it would be like legitimate scamming, too. It was fucking ridiculous.
Oh.
And...
Sorry. Yeah, remember a few weeks ago we got with those fake troll friends were trying to get us to do that PS4 thing.
What PS4 thing?
Your friends were trolling you during one of your live streams.
Oh, you mean the fake bots?
Yeah,
or whatever.
The thing they wanted us to get a PS Network thing.
Oh,
free PSN codes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are rampant. In my early days of my PS3, I got codes like that, and I doubted them, but I actually took part in them to see what they would do. And then turns out those free PSN code things, quote-unquote, are really stolen PSN codes that don't work because they have to be activated at a cash register.
Are people fucking stupid? Like, wow, you got the card out. Congratulations. Oh, wait, since you didn't buy it, it's completely fucking useless. It's a piece of plastic, stupid fuck. What would the message even say anyways?
Basically, the messages would say, oh, share this with your friend. Oh, Sony's
No, not the bot message. Like, okay, so if you have a stolen code that wasn't activated.
What would it tell you? Oh,
yeah.
If you were to use the code, it'll tell you how much money's on the code, but when you try to redeem it, it gives you an error message.
Interesting.
Thankfully, Sony doesn't try to ban you or at least not the time. So.
Well, that's good. Kind of interesting that they would have stolen PSN codes.
Well, it's not hard. You just go into like a GameStop or any store that sells the codes, just put the codes in your jacket and just try to walk out without being noticed.
I mean, they are pretty small and they're just a piece of plastic, but do they not set off the sensors or something? Or
well, not all stores have sensors.
It would be easier just to give you ideas to scratch them off yourself.
Oh, that could work too. Like they discreetly just scratch them off, take a photo of the code, and then they just put it back.
Yeah, but the thing though is that it still wouldn't be activated because, I mean, if you read the card...
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be activated, but God forbid somebody buys the code not realizing it's scratched off, and then whoever stole the code somehow manages to get it to work afterward.
Would they notice the scratched off they bought? People pay attention.
I mean, if they look, yes, they would.
I mean, I don't think they could discreetly do it unless the store wasn't too busy, because if the store was, fairly... If there were people regularly going in and out, I don't think they would be able to get away with pulling out a quarter or whatever they have and then scratching the code. And then on top of that, taking the picture of a code, which you can't really discreetly do, let's be honest. And then after that, putting the card back and then walking out. It doesn't make any. It doesn't seem like it would be that all discreet and shit. But hey, if someone could do it, then fucking great. You wasted your time, jackass.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Really? Says fill the tube until your saliva, not including the bubbles, is at or just above the wavy line. It's easy. That's less than a fourth of a teaspoon.
Shit. But continuing what I was saying earlier. So, fuck. Where was I? Scamming on PlayStation. Oh yeah. So basically, he would leech on to people too that he knew and pretty much try and get them to give him money. And that's kind of bullshit. I think he might have asked me for money a couple times, but I don't really remember if he did. But I told him straight up, I'm not going to give you money because I don't fucking got any. So, and I wouldn't even know what he would need the money for anyway. So I wouldn't see a point in giving him any money just for fucking no reason. But yeah, and apparently he would also say shit behind my back that Brandon never told me until years later. He didn't really go in full detail when he mentioned this at the time, but basically all he told me that he said was apparently I'm retarded or some shit like that. And I mean, hearing it back then would make me pissed off, especially if it was like during the situation. But hearing it now is just more like, oh, so that's what happened. Okay. I mean, it's something I can't really do, and personally, I don't really care at this point. So, he even went as far as actually blocking this person on my account without me knowing, and him blocking that person on my account has made me not even notice it for a long while. I might have unblocked him at some point, wondering what the fuck, but I didn't think Brandon would. And apparently that was the only time that he would do something like that. And, you know, it's just kind of like, well, if you're only doing it for that, then that specific reason, then, you know, what fucking ever. You know, if you're protecting me that way, then fine, so be it. And then eventually it got so bad with Brandon and this person that this person was at Brandon's house one time and he broke a chandelier, which I think would be pretty expensive and also pretty dangerous when it breaks. And apparently he had no remorse when he broke it, and everyone in the house knew he broke it, so he didn't even feel sorry at all. So he was promptly kicked out of the fucking house, rightfully so, and then they stopped talking at that point. So yeah, that's a fucking asshole. And then there's another person, actually. This one's a bit of a longer story, and it involves more me. The other person involved more Brandon because I guess he had more interaction than I did with him. But this person lived on my fucking neighborhood and went in the same school as me, so I had more interaction with this person. Kind of a longer story, though, so I don't know if anyone else has something to say.
Go on, because
I'm still spitting.
and I'm playing Dark Souls.
All right, well, let me start this off. First, I gotta check the comments. No comments? Okay. Well, all right. All right. It starts a long time ago, like during, I'd say, middle school mainly. I mainly remember it being during middle school times.
The bathroom quick.
You're gonna miss the story.
He let the rerun.
Yeah. So there's this girl that I met. Nate, are you okay?
Spitting.
I mean, that doesn't look like spitting. That looks like coughing.
I don't know how to, like I said, I'm never good at spitting.
How are you not good at spitting? How does that happen? I honestly don't even know what to say. Like, fuck.
I'm good at when I drinking stuffing.
Well, you basically do the same thing, but with saliva. And then boom. I mean, I don't even know where to go from there. So anyways, there's this girl named Callie, right? You know, I wonder if I should name her last name because, you know, I have no remorse for that bitch. Yeah, I'll say it. Her well, not her full name. Her first and last name was, oh, hold on. Cool.
Alright, so this is me right now, spitting in a tube.
Okay. Sorry, got interrupted. Apparently, I can open my window, but I'm not going to open my window because I know that as soon as I open my window, shortly after, people are going to go in and out of fucking doors, make noise, and it's just going to be like, what the fuck's the point? So I'm not even going to bother. So, there's this girl named Callie Pfeiffer. She had problems. She had a couple of other siblings and then, you know, her parents.
For the record, I think you told me the story before, so I wasn't missing much.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did tell you the story.
Is it the girl with the knives?
Hey, don't spoil it.
There we go. It is that story, so we're good. Keep going.
God damn it. Okay, the knives will be explained soon. But anyways, so she had some problems. She had a couple of other siblings, one younger, one either I can't remember if it was the same age or a little bit older, but yeah, and then her parents, and they weren't the best family, I'd say. Callie was pretty fucked. I think I'm not thinking. I'm certain she has mental issues. I don't know what kind, but she has mental issues. And you know, it happened a couple times where I'd say, "Oh, I'm done being friends with you because of something that happened that I'd say would be pretty major," and then eventually, I'd forgive the person, and you know, that's just me being nice and everything. But the last part will basically make me hate her fucking guts for good. So I remember one time where she invited me to this fucking little thing at my old middle school, I believe. Well, it was either my old or my current. I can't remember. It was a school called North Glen Middle, which was the worst fucking school I've ever been to in my life. And they were having this little book fair, I guess, and they were having this contest thing where if you win, you get a poster. It's like a draft thing, so you just get a number pulled. So, you know, I figured, you know what, fuck it, just put me in there. I'm probably not gonna win, but fuck it. You know, it's just a poster, so I think I really care that much. So I answer, and I got some stuff, and a little bit later, they started drawing a number, and I think we only drawed like maybe 1 or 3 numbers. I can't remember. But to my surprise, I actually won for once, and that's never happened to me before, and I got my poster.
I know what you must have shouted. I know what you would probably shout in retrospect.
So that would be your headcanon, Schnick.
What?
So your headcanon. Basically, it's a story that it's a story that you basically want to, well, not want to, but like your personal story on something. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I know what headcanon is.
Yeah, could you explain it?
It's like stuff that's not officially in canon, but in your head you think it should be. Like, I think in the K8 series, it takes place around the time of the Final Fantasy VII thing. then they escape their planet thing. But
Oh, I get it. So basically, the way I would have headcanon is that Gotham takes place in the same universe as the Arrowverse, when it probably isn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there
Because
you go.
that's what I think.
So yeah, when I say that you think me yelling "Hang" at that time is your headcanon, that's what I meant. I'm trying to get some off my chest.
Okay.
There we go. So, continuing. So I won to my surprise, and I got my poster. But then, you know what this bitch does? She fucking grabs my poster and takes off with it around the school, and I have to fucking chase her down for it, which was bullshit.
I thought you were gonna say that she took the poster and went.
No, I had to chase her around the fucking school for the poster, and when I finally got it, she basically fucking ruined a corner or a side of it, and I was pretty pissed off at that. Another time, she fucking... Oh, and basically my point was that she ruined my prize for something that I don't usually win. So, another time, she invited me to this outdoor movie thing at my old elementary school. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So, and since I lived right where the elementary school was, basically, at the time, it was literally just walking distance. So it wasn't even like I had to get a car ride or even bike there. It's literally fucking walking distance. Only took you like 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm almost full.
finally. So I go over there, and all is good. And then she tells me that we have to go find her friends or whatever. I said fine. So I walk with her, and we fucking walk a long time trying to find her friends or whatever the fuck, and I don't even know what's going on. And we constantly run, and my problem with running in Colorado is my asthma. So I can't really run too much, or else my asthma will just fuck me up. I constantly tell her I'm getting tired. Let's just walk and not run.
Is the air thin up there?
It's a higher altitude compared to.
So
Phoenix.
yeah, it probably is thinner.
So yeah,
I'm
constantly telling her to slow down or just walk instead of run. And eventually she ran again, and I told her not to do that, but this time she didn't listen, and she kept running and running until she was fucking too far away from me to even tell where she went. And now I am lost in an area where I'm not really familiar with, and is like a fucking maze to me. And I think I might have had a flip phone at this time, so GPS was not an option for me. So I had to fucking aimlessly wander around until I finally found where the fucking school was again, out of luck pretty much, which took me maybe half an hour. And yes, I was legitimately lost, but I felt that I could fucking try and at least find the school somehow. And somehow I did find the school. And I was fucking pissed off. I was really pissed off. The point where I ran up to her and fucking straight up yelled at her, "What the fuck? Why didn't you slow down?" And then
Why don't you back me up?
And then I think she started throwing like little gravel rocks at me. So then I fucking took her to the ground and started punching her. Oh, and also what made things worse was that my old bullies actually happened to be there. So that wasn't fucking fun at all. I remember one of the words they said while talking to me one time was, "Oh, dude, remember when we used to bully this kid?" or some shit like that. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, let's remember that.
So yeah, I started beating the shit out of her because she ran away from me. She made me lost, and she fucking started throwing gravel at me. So I felt it was right to retaliate at the time. So then the principal there told us to either leave or the cops were going to be called, and she pretty much fucking ruined the whole thing for us. And I decided to run home, and while I was running home, well, no, I wasn't going to my home actually. I was going to her house, which was in my neighborhood, which wasn't that far off from my house. So
you're staying with her or something, or
Oh God.
no, it was like her house is like a walking distance, but it's pretty close to mine, which is the unfortunate part. So I was actually running to her house. My bad. I ran to her house, but as I'm running over there, another person was biking up to that same house, and I wondered, what the fuck? Who is this person? Because I didn't recall seeing her before, and I pretty much knew where exactly she was going. And also, while I was running to her house, I believe the bullies were actually trying to chase me, which they failed because at the time I was actually on a skateboard. No, I didn't know how to do tricks or some shit, by the way. I wasn't a professional or trying to be or any of that shit.
You're skateboarding. I was like, but how you ran to her house? You couldn't run after her before.
Well, I tried skateboarding there, but eventually I just said, you know what, fuck this. Running is faster. But at first I was skating. And I remember one of the bullies saying something about getting their dad and getting a shotgun, trying to shoot me or some shit, which was
you kidding me? Oh my God.
No, that they legit said that, which I fucking called their bullshit. I called on their bullshit, basically. My mom must be home or something. So, yeah. Eventually, the girl on the bike obviously gets past me because bike versus skateboard, let's be honest, that's not a fucking contest there. So she gets to her house first, obviously, and eventually I get up to her house after some running, after realizing that skateboarding was actually way slower than running. So I run with my skateboard up all the way over there, and when I'm walking up, this girl tells me, oh, you shouldn't go up there. And I asked her why, and she basically said some bullshit. I don't remember what she said, but she was basically trying to say something to persuade me not to go there. I called her. No, I pretty much just said, no, fuck you. I'm going to go up there. Why shouldn't I go up there? She fucking made me get lost and shit. So go up there, and her dad answers, and I told him what exactly happened, and then I proceedingly told him that I don't want to be friends with her anymore, which would not fucking happen, actually. She would eventually become friends again with me because, again, I was nice. So I probably shouldn't have been nice in the first place, but yeah. So there was probably some other stories that happened in between. I don't think there was, though.
I wish there was so I could see more insanity, but
so then eventually years later, she asked me to go to her house, even though she's grounded, but she was home alone at the time. And I pretty much lied to my parents about the fact that she was grounded, and I don't know why I decided to go anyways, but, I fucking went there. I was being stupid. And I go up there, and I think this was about the time where I would be transitioning from middle to high, if I'm correct. Either that or I was maybe in my freshman year. I think I was in my freshman year of high school, actually. So, I go up to her house, and we're hanging out for a little bit. And then eventually we start, what do they call it? Roughhousing. We were kind of roughhousing a little bit, and I don't know why, but for some odd reason, I decided, it would be a good idea to pull out my iPod 4th Gen and start recording. I don't know why I decided to do this, but this would actually be a good idea. So we were roughhousing and shit, and then I put her in a fake chokehold. Like, okay, this is her head, right? This is where her neck would be. This is my arm. And this is basically what I was doing. You see how much room there is between my arm and the supposed neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically about the distance that my arm was from her neck. And obviously, she could move her fucking head all she wanted, pretty much, and she would be fine.
You
I wasn't.
motherfucker!
Yeah, that's basically what she was thinking. No, so for some reason, she then decided, like, okay, even though I had that much room, and I was still recording at this time, by the way, even then she started hitting me for real, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then she basically started attacking me, trying to defend herself over nothing. And I'm asking her what her fucking problem was. She told me, oh, I was choking, even though she didn't cough once, and that would be proven in the video. So she's arguing about how, oh, she was choking and coughing and all this bullshit that didn't even happen in the first place. And, you know, I'm just fucking thinking, whatever. She's fucking, you know, this isn't the first time I've dealt this shit from her, so I'll fucking let it slide. So then she goes on her computer, and then, you know, she's on Facebook or whatever. She's doing her own thing. And I'm petting her dog. I'm not even touching her or anything. I'm not even looking at her. Oh, fucking Christ, my ears. Are you fucking puking? Oh my god. I think you're puking. Are you alright?
I got it out.
Yeah, you fucking got something out. You got a fucking liver out too? Did you get acid out of your stomach? Maybe some food?
I think I was choking at my spit.
Jesus Christ. Vandalia, it's supposed to come out, not in.
Better out than in, I always say. That's what Shrek would say.
Oh my god.
There's our obligatory Shrek reference for the night.
No, fuck you, Shrek. So, you didn't puke?
No.
Right? No? Okay. Are you fucking good?
Yes.
Did you fucking fill up the thing all the way?
Yes, got past the line.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Alright, next step. Continue your story.
How long did that take?
Since we started.
Well, how long has it? It's been nearly a fucking hour. Holy, I'm not even gonna fucking continue with that. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, continuing. All right, so she attacks me, and I ask her what the fuck, and then she's like, "Oh, you choking me? Bullshit! I recorded it, and she was clearly not choking." And again, the fucking amount of headroom she had was fucking unbelievable. So she goes on her computer, and I'm fucking trying to chill the fuck out, and I continue recording too. I didn't stop. So when I go over to her dog, I'm not even touching her. I'm not looking at her. I'm not even pointing the camera at her. I'm just pointing the camera at her dog. I'm petting her, and then she starts attacking me out of nowhere again, and asked her what the fuck again. I'm asking her what her fucking problem is, and I thought we were fucking okay after that, and I thought we had an understanding, but no, she fucking continued attacking, and eventually it gets so bad that she goes into her kitchen and pulls out a knife. I think it
was a knife, not multiple knives.
Not yet.
Oh, so I am remembering it correctly.
So, as soon as I see her pull out a knife, I fucking run to the nearest room. I don't know why I didn't go out the door, but I went to her room, I guess, and I closed the door. Now, you know those locks? Like, have you ever been to a friend's house where you go in and you lock the door, but it turns out that the lock doesn't do shit, and the person opens the door with ease? Well, these are one of those doors that are like that, where the lock is completely fucking useless, and I don't even know why there's a lock in the first place. But yeah, despite me thinking, oh, the door's locked, I'll be safe, she fucking opens the door. And in the video, you would be able to clearly see her swinging the fucking knife at me. Like, let's pretend this is the knife. She would basically do this. You know, shit like that. She didn't, actually, surprisingly, she didn't go for a stab, which I was shocked. Not like I wasn't shocked to begin with, but, so yeah, she's fucking swinging it at me, and keep in mind, since I'm recording this with an iPod 4th Gen, one hand has already been taken up by my iPod. So that means I have one hand to defend myself with. Somehow, I managed to get the fucking knife away from her with one hand. I don't know how, but I did. And I fucking held it close to me like this, and I turned my back from her since she didn't have anything else except her fists. And she's like, oh, give me the knife, I'm sorry. And I told her, no, fuck you. So then she goes and closes the door. And then I showed the knife clearly, so then there's video proof of what the knife specifically looked like. So then eventually, okay, I put her on her desk. Eventually she comes back in, and her desk goes right next to the door. So she opened the door, she grabbed the knife, she walks away again. So then I follow her, and I don't know why, but I still didn't take the chance to walk out the fucking door, which I'm stupid, but I follow her. And she now has two knives. So she's holding one knife here, one knife here. Fucking two knives, motherfucker.
Dual wielding.
Oh, yeah. And she had a fucking creepy-ass face. Like, it was like a horror movie. Fuck me. Like, she had her fucking hair covering half her face. She had a creepy fucking smile on her face. Like, oh my fucking god. So, I don't remember exactly what happened after that. Let me think. So she held two knives, and then I think what might have happened was then I tried going out the door. Then she told me to lock the door. She didn't go for a swing or anything, I don't think, but she told me to lock the door. So I locked it and then secretly unlocked it again. So then if she were to walk away, I could be able to escape. And I don't remember what exactly happened in between, but basically she walks out. I try to open the door, and then she quickly comes back, and she notices me trying to open the door, so she closes it again. Then something else happens I don't remember, and then eventually she walks away again, and then I open the door. I opened both doors this time to the point where I can fucking walk out, actually. And then I walk out, and her dog runs away, and she sees the dog and me running away. She gets her dog in, and for some reason I help her. I don't know why. Again, I'm fucking stupid at the time. We get her dog back in, and she told me, fucking go home. And I'm like, yeah, that's my fucking plan, jackass. So then she closes her door. I'm starting to walk away. And then this is where I stop the video at this point. And then she comes, like, she opens the door, and she's like, see you next year. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she closes the door. And what she meant by that was she was going in my school that year on the same bus stop. And thankfully not in the same classes at all, but fucking, yeah. She would be in the same school in the same bus stop, which caused even more fucking problems. So, and then there's actually more to the story. So not only did she attempt to fucking harm me with knives, even though I didn't fucking harm her in any way, I fucking have video evidence. So I told my parents what happened after later that night, I believe, actually. I got in an argument with someone on Facebook about fucking cutting yourself. And I told her, or I told this person, that's not really good for you. You should probably get some help. And then all these fucking other girls start bashing on me, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be saying shit like that." And it's like, no, I should, because you're being a fucking bitch. You're being a fucking dumbass, and this person should actually get help. So, technically, you're actually making the problem worse. So fuck you. And I tried fucking having I tried bashing them with common sense, and I just got so fed up with the amount of fucking people that argued otherwise at me. Like, it was fucking unbelievable. Like, I think I was even trying to do rants on Facebook about that shit because it was so fucking bad. But I don't remember if I actually completed any or what I did specifically. But I got so pissed off that I told my parents about what happened between me and Callie. And that basically meant that if I didn't get in that argument in the first place, then none of this probably would have happened in the first place. But I told my parents, and they're like, "What the hell?" And I told them about how she was grounded, and I told them about the knives. And I guess they didn't believe me at first. So I told them that I had video evidence. And I showed them, and then they proceeded to call the police. So they did, and the police showed up. They looked at the footage, and the police officer said, "Oh yeah, this person should get this." So then they go over to, all this didn't happen the same night. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot a detail. So I told my parents about the footage. So then they tried telling Callie's parents about what happened, and they didn't believe shit. And they just kept saying, "Oh, that's not true. This is a fucking fake thing," or whatever the fuck they said. So they seemed to fucking not believe that everything that happened in the video was real. And my parents got fed up with it and called the cops, rightfully so. And then the cops showed up, and then they showed up to their house, and they talked to them. I don't know what the conversation was between them. I don't think they told us. And then, eventually we went to a detective. But between then and going to the detectives, apparently from my parents, their parents told mine that they still thought it was fake. So let me get this straight. So we call police because you don't think that our footage is real, and then they show up at your house, they're talking to you, official police, and somehow you still tell us that it's fake? How the fuck do you think that a real police officer telling you about a fucking real situation that you call fake is fake in itself? That's fucking bullshit.
So what they think? Either you doctored the video, or you were play acting or something.
They thought it was all fake. They thought everything was fake.
So they thought it was a Psycho Dad video.
So then I go to the detectives and I show them the footage, and they take the footage off my iPod. And then I had a different laptop than I have right now, a much shittier one than what I have right now. So I go on that old laptop that's a piece of fucking shit, and I try to upload the footage on that computer so then I didn't lose it. However, in doing so, I have no idea how, but somehow, miraculously, I lost the footage. Despite me not even clicking delete on anything on both the computer and the iPod itself. And I looked everywhere on the computer. I fucking seriously looked everywhere. I could not find the fucker. Not even on my iPod. So somehow, my shitty fucking computer deleted the fucking footage. So now I can't fucking... show video proof that everything happened because my fucking shitty ass computer deleted the fucking footage somehow, which I don't know how the fuck that happens because that's never happened to me before until that day. And I was really fucking pissed off, and there was no way for me to even get it back.
Hey, I know what happened.
I don't know any way of getting it back.
I know what happened to your footage.
What happened?
The dark souls of SJWs claimed it in order to protect girl power.
Yeah, and then you want
oh my god.
And then you want to know what's even more bullshit? Guess what the detective says? He tells me that I had to prove her mental illness in order for me to win the case. What the fuck is your problem? I give you video footage to look at. You can clearly see the bitch fucking swinging her goddamn knives, trying to inflict harm, which somehow, miraculously, she didn't harm me in any way, despite me having one hand to defend myself. But that's besides the point. She was trying to inflict damage upon me. And you're telling me I have to prove my mental illness to win the case, even though she could have fucking murdered me? I honestly couldn't fucking believe that. I was appalled. And apparently, nothing else couldn't have been done. My parents didn't decide to do anything else. I told them, let me tell the fucking detective, but they didn't let me. And so she got away fucking scot-free. And that's fucking bullshit.
Did you ever see her again?
She would go to my school for a year. And then I think about after a year, she finally moved. Well, she moved. Okay, she moved from one house to another house, which was across the street from her old house, because apparently they were renting a house. They made the house so messy that the owner kicked them out. So they moved to the other house and they rented that one. And then they had to move out of the state again. Not out of the state again. They had to move again because of the same fucking reason. So they apparently trashed 2 houses in that neighborhood, and then they moved out of state. Thank fucking God. I was actually fucking happy. I was fucking happy. But let me tell you this. If I ever saw her again, I would ask her if her name was Callie Pfeiffer, and if she were to reply with yes, I would fucking punch her in the face and tell her, fuck you for trying to murder me, bitch, and fucking walk away. And if she comes up to me again, I'll fucking push her away. I'll keep her away from me. And the reason why I punch her is for fucking revenge, because that's completely bullshit. She shouldn't have fucking gotten away with the whole thing in the first place. I don't understand how the fuck she got away with it, but she did. And it's fucking bullshit.
I don't have any stories like that with my ex-friends. Actually, most of my friends I didn't even talk to anymore at school. We drifted apart years later.
Mario, you reminded me of one girl that kind of tried pulling the same stunt, though probably not quite as violently.
Yeah.
So I've mentioned that I go to upstate New York quite a bit during the summer, right? Well, at least when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My sister loved befriending all the kids there. Don't ask why, but in my shit elementary school mindset, I figured I had to be a protective big brother to her, even though admittedly today, my sister could kick my ass in a heartbeat, but so in fact, she's even held, you know how they hold your arm in like a position where they're gonna break it? She's done that to me numerous times.
Oh wow.
But obviously she wasn't gonna actually break it, but she's done that hold. But anyways, there's this one girl that she befriended, and I figured, oh, why are you taking my sister out in the middle of the dark? I think because it was like nighttime, and like they would like go out like in between like an area where a party was being held and like the main lobby area of the resort.
Yeah.
And my mom really did not want her going out there and just standing out there when there was like no lights or anything. I mean, nothing ever happens up there, but you never know.
Yeah.
So I decided to be the protective big brother and told her, and told this girl, stop taking my sister out in the middle, stop taking my sister out here. Then, so I decided to chase them around the area, and I thought it was just a fun little game, and at first I thought they were playing along with it. My sister certainly was. The girl, not so much.
Wow.
Eventually, it got to the point where she took off her dress outfit and she was wearing this tank top with black pants, and she started role-playing she was a spy.
What?
And it continues. So, she started to beat my ass.
Like legit?
Pretty much legit.
Oh, fucking hell.
And I just went back to my mom and dad, didn't even bother talking to her for the rest of the night.
Did they win out?
Huh?
Did they win out?
Did anyone know?
anyways?
I told my mom about it, and she just told me to stay with her.
No, did they went out?
Did they go out? Yeah, they did.
Oh, you failed.
Yep, I failed. But
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
yep, fishing mail.
Next time, Gadget.
So, but now it gets better. So this girl kept talking to my sister alongside all the other kids she was friends with there. And eventually we just stayed at the playground that they had there because don't forget, I was like still maybe in 5th grade, maybe 4th grade. The girl in particular was a few years older than I was, but yeah. Like she was probably in middle school at that point. And anyways, so my sister decides to go swim in the pool, and I stayed away from the pool because I was kind of starting to get sick of the pool at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why, but at one point the girl came up to me and she's like, "Hey, go sit in that tree stump. I have a surprise for you." Okay. I sit on the tree stump, and she's like, "Okay, cover your eyes." Then I'm like, okay. So I'm like this. I suddenly hear I suddenly hear footsteps in the dirt quite rapidly as if someone was moving at a charging pace. Next thing I know, she rams me in the gut with a hockey stick.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What a fucking bitch.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because she wanted to continue to beat my ass like how she did that one night. And then she out of nowhere started acting like a drill sergeant. She kept shouting, 10 hot! And then she kept throwing punches and kicks. And I tried to block them. And then eventually I had enough. So eventually she was trying to catch her breath. And I just started walking away. I probably should have dashed back to start. So I'm walking back to the pool where my gram was working. And then all of a sudden, as I'm starting to approach the stairs that go down to the pool, I hear 10 hats, and then she starts charging up the stairs with the hockey stick in hand. Like basically holding it in like the charging position like this, like basically like you had a rifle with a bayonet on it.
Oh my god.
And at that point I started freaking out. I darted over to the pool, and she stopped following me as soon as she saw me entering the pool gate. And I was like frantically trying to tell my gram what had just happened. My gram yelled at me, telling me to calm down, saying I was being over dramatic.
The James Bond gram?
The bit James Bond gram. And literally, anytime I tried to tell the story, how I just got rammed in the gut with a hockey stick, probably could have died if she ruptured something. And Yeah. My gram just got pissed anytime I tried to bring it up.
So did you bring it up to anyone else?
Well, I didn't because my gram was getting so pissed at it. And here's the thing: I probably forgot it had even happened by the time my ma came up. Because the way those summers worked is that I would go upstate with my gram and my sister, and during the week itself, it'd be just the three of us. My mom and dad wouldn't come up and would only come up on the weekends.
So how were you guys at the time?
Well, when this particular incident happened, I was like in late elementary school.
Like fourth grade-ish age?
4th, 5th grade, yeah. Because it was around that, I would say probably, it was the summer after 4th grade, because that's when my gram started working at the pool every day.
Okay. So she was doing full-time.
Yeah, she was working at that pool full-time during the summer. And yeah, so but then starting the next summer, like the summer after 5th grade, my ma ended up coming up more regularly because she worked in the office in the lobby. That's when she started working there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, simply put, my encounters with that girl were like few and far in between, but she mostly just hung out with her teenage friends afterward. Thank God.
So your sister was a teenager at this time?
No, she's younger than I am.
So your sister wouldn't have done shit with her friend if you were to tell her what happened?
Well, simply put, she still got involved with like all the older kids and whatnot, but I just simply stayed out of it because, oh my! I remember in later years that same girl would start wearing a bandana, and she actually did become quite infamous around the area. And though nothing beats the one time where this one girl tried to get one of the boys in my ma's camp in trouble.
Was that the camp based on your RPG video?
No, that's not the camp based on the shitty RPG. But anyways, that incident. So this girl was like difficult to work with, and my mom was like already at her wit's end with dealing with her. But one point, she went up to this one kid who's currently one of the counselors there because he's been very long running. But at this point, he was only a camper.
Okay.
So she sat down directly on his lap when he was sitting on a couch, and he didn't consent to that. So he's like, "Can you please get up? I don't like that you're sitting on me." She gets up and smacks him in the face.
What the fuck?
And so he went and told this to my ma, and my ma is like, "You don't do that to one of your fellow campers." And then she tried to turn the whole thing around and say that he was abusing her.
And then what
saying,
happened?
"Oh, he scratched me in the face. He scratched me in the face." And
Was
then
there a
my ma,
scratch?
and no, here's the thing. My ma, there was no visible scratches on her. My ma's like, "I don't see any scratches." So what she did was she went out of my ma's field of vision, self-inflicted a scratch on her, came back to her and said, "I found the scratch he made on me." My ma wasn't buying it.
Oh my god.
And she was thrown out of the camp shortly after.
Damn. So she basically tried sexually abusing another person.
I wouldn't say that. She was just trying to torment him. But in Zarna No. In Zarna Joshi's... No, if Zarna Joshi were to hear that story, she'd be like, "Oh, she was just a strong woman standing up against the patriarchy."
Oh my god. Dude, I don't know why. Those fucking movements are complete bullshit. It makes me think, why do they even make these in the first place?
Make what?
The movements. Why do they make these movements in the first place? You know, third wave
Especially
feminism, black power, all that shit.
Eventually, it's gonna have to get to the point where men have to try and stand up for men's rights.
Fucking might as well. I'm surprised we haven't already done that, considering the amount of cases we've had where the fucking male should have won, but no, because there was a woman involved, the woman won instead. Like, why aren't there movements that males already fucking made with that shit? I'm honestly surprised.
There's the MRA movement.
What's that?
What's that?
I don't know. It's about men's rights, men's rights activists.
Oh, there is.
Oh well, okay, there you go. Unfortunately, it wasn't popular enough to be known widely, like third wave feminism. So
yeah, I think I saw an article on the internet or something where they did two studies. Where one study where this girl beating up a guy in the park and no one stopped and cared. The other one where this guy was beating this girl up, beating her up, insulting her, and everyone came to her rescue. When it was happening to the guy, no one provided an eyelash.
Seriously?
Yeah, until the study.
Wow, that's.
What's funny is that I'm 99% sure that if I were to walk and take a nice stroll in the park or something like that, and I saw a man being abused by his girlfriend, if I tried to step in, both of us would have been. I would have been touted as the criminal.
Well, there's the 1%.
But if you stepped in the other one, you'd probably be a hero.
Oh yeah.
Guy saves girl from abusive boyfriend. I mean, either you should stop either one if you see it happening.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wow.
Apparently, some feminists I heard want to shut down houses to protect men from abusive spouses.
Are you fucking kidding me?
But like I said, they're fine with houses for abused women, but not for abusive women.
No, it's abusive women claiming to be abused. That's the problem.
I would imagine that's why I had a lot of trouble when I went through my stuff in that video class.
Yeah. There's a saying, like I guess we're crying wolf and stuff.
What the fuck?
Not that, but it's like basically if feminists cry rape, if everything is rape, nothing is rape. Then if you're rape about everything, then
hey, it's not rape if you enjoy it.
But yeah. But if you cry rape about everything, he looked at me. That's rape. But the actual people that are actually raped, they won't get the attention they deserve because everything. He touched me.
It that cried rape. I say because I'm sorry, I can't assume its gender.
Ugh. That's a subject for another. That's a subject for another podcast. all this new gender stuff.
It's not new. It's just fucking bullshit. It doesn't exist. There are only two genders. Women have XX, men have XY. Then that's only it. If people have more than 2 chromosomes or less than 2 chromosomes, then they have problems. Like literally, they are in serious trouble.
They're the X-Men.
They are the X-Men.
No, seriously. If people have more than 2 X X.
Right, I poisoned the damn
people have more than 2 X chromosomes or less than 2 X chromosomes, then they actually have some serious health problems. Like, it's not anything like mental retardation. It's more like problems that would actually affect human life.
So
for the person.
Biology, I guess. See, all women's eggs have X, I guess, and then the sperm, the guy would either have an X sperm or a Y sperm.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So the women have XX chromosomes generally, and the men have XY chromosomes generally, and the men would either give the egg another X or a Y, and that would determine the gender at that point.
That was awesome.
And that's it. It is physically impossible to have a separate gender that is not male or female. It's just scientifically impossible.
And that brings us to our family topic.
It does? I mean, yeah, it does.
Speaking of that, apparently this is shipped to Utah. This is shipped to Utah, so I guess that's a Mormon thing. I heard that Mormons were doing family stuff a long time ago. So I guess ancestry is a Mormon-owned thing, I guess.
Oh, thank God it's not from China.
Sandy,
Okay.
Utah.
Oh, maybe it's not a scam after all, Vandalay. You might look out.
But yeah, after my dad passed away a few years ago, I decided to look into my family history, both my adoptive and my biological. Because you can't I've talked to my biological people occasionally, but don't know much about them that much. But I've been studying dates and stuff about my adopted family relations, trying to find information, pictures, all that stuff.
So wait, are your mom and dad your biological family or adopted?
Oh, the one I'm living with was my adopted family.
You're living with your adopted? Wow, I never knew that.
Adopted when I was 4 years old.
Jeez.
Huh.
I remember being in the courthouse when it happened.
Wow.
Barely. Yeah. Ugh.
Well, Schnick and me, well, I don't know about Schnick, but I'm not adopted. Boom.
I'm not adopted either. I'm not adopted either.
No, wait, no. I'm not adopted. Family member comes in. You're adopted! Swear to God, it's gonna happen now. It's fucking... Someone's literally gonna come through that door. They're probably listening right now. Someone's gonna come through that fucking door, and they're gonna yell, yeah, you're adopted. You little fuck. I'm like, oh, well, fuck you.
I know my adopted family is Scottish, Tennessee and Scottish, because Stewart's are a Scottish name.
Is it now?
Yeah.
No, it's actually funny because I work with a person at my church, a volunteer, video stuff. The person I work with has the same last name as I do, except spelled differently. His is like spelled SHETS and mine is SCHEETZ. Boom.
Yeah, same thing with my name. I knew a girl whose last name was STEWARD, and mine is STEWART. Then there's the STUART crowd.
I thought you were going to say STD. I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm going to mute my mic. But go on, someone.
What's the family name of your biological parents?
I know about my dad's name because they were 15 when they got together.
Oh, God.
My mom's last name was King at the time. Party, drinking, blah, 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 sex.
That's how you were. Were they that young when you were conceived?
She was young enough to get thrown in juvenile detention after I was born. Or during when I was, that's how I got into the foster care system, because he was in juvenile detention. So she was obviously that young, still being there.
Wow.
But yeah.
You want to know something stupid that happened in my first hour class?
What?
And yes, it kind of is on topic. So there's this person that I know I'm not really friends with per se, but more like acquaintances with. And you want to know what this fucking person tells me? So he tells me that he fucked a nurse. Both of them are 15, and their child is 14.
My ma always claimed that. My ma always loved to claim. When I was like 6 years old, she claimed. I asked her how old she was. She always claimed she was 21. So at one point, I proudly proclaimed, "Wow, my mommy gave birth to me when she was 14."
Oh,
It was
my
a
God.
joke, though. In actuality, she was much older than that. But
Oh my God.
Like, how old are you, Mom? 21. Oh, wow.
Hey, at least you would have a family member that's lasting a longer time.
At least you're good you're good at math.
yeah, I was in kindergarten at the time or first grade.
Oh God, I can't remember. I can't imagine the reactions that fucking staff members in the kindergarten would have.
I would probably discuss that with my sister.
Wow.
Because when we were little, we shared bedrooms. And then when I got to 6th grade, they cleaned up the basement and they told me, "There, it's your new bedroom." And that's where I am now.
Ever since that day.
So, as family and friends, did we talk about? You want to talk about your soda incident now?
Yeah, we could talk about that. So
Oh
I
yeah,
went to go
that's
see
right.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 this weekend. And that's in retrospect, it's probably good I missed last week's podcast because Vandalia talked about it for a little bit. And I took a quick look in the audience, and aside from a select few people that had ices, nearly everybody I was able to see had bottled water. And I mean, when I got out of the theater and saw a bunch more people trying to go in, I saw more people that had sodas like what I had. But most of the people that were in that theater had bottled water. In fact, when I originally ordered my popcorn and drink, the person at the register tried to give me a freaking bottled water instead of a soda. I audibly said, "Can I please have a medium popcorn and a large drink?" Okay. Fills up the popcorn, goes to the fridge, grabs a bottled water. I said a large drink. So I'm saying, I said a large drink. Oh, a large drink. Puts the water back, tells me what soda I want, asks me what soda I want. My mistake.
I mean, it's still sort of I can't say the word. Assumptions to sex. I assume you want water. Yeah, because everyone else is getting water. He must want water too. That makes my job easy.
Well, yeah, that's what happened. And I have noticed that a lot more people seem to be drinking water. And apparently last year, water managed to outsell soda for the first time in, like, ever.
I don't understand why people buy water, really. I mean, if you're somewhere out there and you have to buy it, I guess it's not Thursday you get water, I guess. But I guess you live in the area where you don't have good quality tap water.
And now here's my argument. I'm not really defending soda because I know that, especially when you drink it constantly, it's not good for you. And truth be told, that can be said about a lot of drinks. Obviously, alcohol, juice, coffee, especially energy drinks. Even water is not good for you in high doses. But do people suddenly have no taste palate anymore that they just want to generically drink water? Because truth is, there are drinks out there that are flavored and aren't necessarily bad for you in low doses, like Gatorade, juice,
Kool-Aid. This is
Chocolate milk.
Yeah, milk.
Well, chocolate milk.
Yeah.
But I guess regular milk too.
Strawberry milk.
But yeah, for some reason, everyone just loves plain old water. And to me, water is not a drink I would drink casually. It's something that I would drink if I were to like go out for a jog or something like that, or if I'm feeling super dehydrated, like if I'm sick or something.
And anything else would like make you throw up at that point. Like water, you drink water either you're really dead or you're sick and you can't drink anything else except for maybe ginger ale or carbonated water.
But yeah, I really don't get what everyone's sudden fascination with only drinking water is.
I mean,
what?
If they were like exercising, maybe water is probably better than pop if you're exercising or something, but not relaxing in the theater.
Yeah, and the Guardians of the Galaxy instance is not the only time. I've noticed quite a bit. Anytime I'm in line at certain theaters, I notice a lot of people just ask for water instead of getting and it's not even that they only have soda there. They also sell ices, like I said, and they also sell fruit punch.
I had a cherry Coke at my Guardians of the Galaxy viewing.
They have cherry Coke at my theater.
Wouldn't that be a standard?
What?
Wouldn't that be a standard usually?
Yeah, usually. Originally, my theaters used to carry Pepsi products, like Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sierra Mist. But now they carry Coke products. Typically, they have Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Cherry Coke, Sprite, Fruit Punch, and lemonade.
And
you could drink fruit punch, you could drink lemonade, you could drink ices, you could drink coffee, because they do have coffee at these theaters, like the bottled kind. But nope, just plain old Wawa is all you want.
Wawa, what the fuck?
Good old dihydrogen monoxide.
No, it's H2O. Wait, what are you referring to?
H2O, dihydrogen monoxide.
Fuck, I was gonna say, you mean H2O?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I just said, you fucking idiot.
But
Maybe it was a hot day. She completely ignores me. Either that or he didn't hear what I said.
I didn't hear that because I was just talking to an NPC.
You didn't hear? He said.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said maybe it was a hot day.
Oh no! It's not even that hot right now.
No, not now, but like.
In fact, it was pouring down rain on the day that I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, so they did have free water.
Yeah, they probably just got empty bottles, just stood outside because it was like a downpour.
Yeah, while they're at it, they probably had some shampoo to go with it too. They probably had a shower outdoors, free shower.
Yeah, I had to walk to the place where my dad works in order to wait for my mom to pick me up.
Oh wait, BRB, gotta take a shower outside. Hold on. And then they have what if they had a fucking setup where they could literally take a shower using the rain while covering themselves up, so then they're not seen.
Like a portable shower thing?
Kind of, yeah.
I'll tell you this much. When I had to use a public shower at a beach because my uncle told me to, I didn't feel comfortable there.
I didn't feel comfortable changing in the gym locker rooms whenever I was basically required to go in a gym class.
I mean, I was fine with it because I just had to take pants off and I would just leave the shirt, whatever shirt I was wearing on.
Personally, I felt it was uncomfortable because it wasn't a thing that I would really do all the time, Like, like I felt like nobody else thought that was weird too. Like, oh, we have to fucking undress pretty much right next to each other. I mean,
Yeah, we didn't take our underwear
just
off
doesn't-
or anything. We kept our underwear on. We changed our pants.
I
and
know,
our shirt.
I know, but like even then, it's like taking the pants off itself just seems really weird, and it's just like what the
Because
fuck?
I did feel weird in the Scooberman. I didn't feel that weird in the gym class, but I felt weird doing that in the pool.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't.
Because then you're
fucking get me
completely
started.
naked.
No, yeah, that's fucking bullshit. Like, you fucking go in as a kid and you see like a fucking 70-year-old man fucking flat out naked while changing into his swim gear. It's like, what the fuck, dude? No one needs to see your fucking fat ass, like, or sagging ass, probably. Like, fuck you, dude. Have some fucking decency, you piece of shit.
That reminds me, one time when my church youth group went on a field trip to this place, Caesar's Lake up north of the beach, hanging out. We saw this fat guy in a thong.
Jesus.
Oh my.
So it's basically like Peter from Family Guy.
Basically, yeah. But,
Oh shit.
like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think that being naked in the fucking changing room, like purposely being naked and fucking changing into your swim gear while said being naked should be illegal, because technically that would be public stripping. And it's even worse when it's a public pool, because then you're also risking doing it in front of kids too.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking dealt with that shit multiple times. And it's
Whenever
like,
I did it, I
what the
usually
fuck?
went in the bathroom and do it, or I did it as quickly I did it fast as possible. Like, done.
Oh yeah. Also, you know those shower areas?
Bastard.
You know those shower areas, Vandalia?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking go naked in those areas too. It's like, hey, buddy, this isn't your own fucking personal shower. This isn't your personal fucking bathroom. How about you go have some fucking decency? If you're gonna change, at least do it in the fucking bathroom stalls. Yeah, you'll take up a toilet even though you're not using it, but at least you're not fucking being an asshole to pretty much everybody there. And also have some fucking clothing, like, I don't know, your swim gear when you're gonna go in the fucking shower area. Because you don't need to fucking, you don't need to wash that area down there. You should have fucking at least done that before you got to the pool.
Yeah.
And if it's such a fucking problem for you, how about you go take a shower before you even get to the pool? No, even when you leave, before you leave the house, take a fucking shower. Boom, problem solved, bitch.
I'm sure not, but I heard some areas, changing areas were co-ed.
Oh God.
Wait, what? Co-ed?
Co-ed means both men and women.
There are public changing places with both genders?
Yeah, I heard some bathrooms were going co-ed.
Why?
Probably
That's a
it's
terrible
to
idea.
accommodate people who try to change their gender.
Oh no, fuck them, first off.
No, if they want to change their gender, that's their personal decision.
It's people. I guess for people who were born one gender, not multi-gender, but they would become a woman or a guy, like that one guy did a few years ago.
Well,
Okay.
but like I'm saying, if someone wants to change their gender, if they think their gender identity is different, they're more than welcome to do so. But
Okay, so here's this. If they think if they're a male, they think they're a woman. How about you isn't there a way to legally identify yourself as a woman?
Yeah. You got surgery or
the Wachowski brothers did that. Now they're just called the Wachowskis, even though a more appropriate name is the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah, I mean, my argument is if you really want to change your gender, you might as well fucking get surgery. Otherwise, I'm going to refer to you as a male because that's pretty much what you are.
Everyone still calls Chris Chan a guy, even though he claims he's a woman now.
But did he have surgery yet?
I don't think so, but he's tried to give his own makeshift surgery,
That's stupid.
which ended spectacularly.
I mean, I guess respect him. I guess you do it, but I don't know if it, like, of course, some people. I heard one kid killed himself because he thought he was a girl or something, and his parents see he wasn't, and he killed himself over it. Apparently.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow, what a way to be fucking insensitive, huh? Jesus Christ.
Well, some people, are like, I guess it's still living. I'm not going all SJW or anything because those are totally different. But it's like some people are just insensitive about things.
Well, here's the problem with co-ed bathrooms. Even if they're designed for people trying to change their gender, despite the fact that they still have the male penis or the female vagina, whatever the fuck, it's still a terrible idea because, well, plainly, the fucking sexual assault could happen. The classic sexual assault could occur.
Because that can happen in any bathroom, really.
Well, I mean, yeah, but, like, a man would have a chance to do that to a woman,
Sure.
or the woman would have that chance to do it to a man. So, therefore, and plus, other possibilities could happen too. For example, some fucking crazy woman might claim, oh, these people were trying to stare at me while changing just because it was a fucking public changing room that was mixing the genders.
Did you ever see
shit like that could happen?
You ever watch Boy Meets World?
I've never seen
No.
it, but I've heard a lot about it.
Well,
I've
in the
never
sixth
heard of that.
season college, they had a co-ed bathroom.
Hmm.
In that show. At the time, the one main character was scared to go in there. It's like, sixth season premiere.
I think
Wow.
you cut out.
Hello?
Yeah, you said they were like, and then you didn't say anything, and then you said something about season.
Oh yeah. Well, in the sixth season of Boy Meets World, they had a co-ed bathroom on the dorm room in the dorm, the college dorm.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly.
And the main
speaking of
character,
which.
Corey, at the time was like, for episodes, he was like, he didn't want to go in there. He was scared of the co-ed bathroom.
Well,
He was scared. Apparently, he was scared in the show. He was scared of the main regular bathroom. I just got comfortable going in front of guys.
well.
But I guess this if you get other topics to talk about, I guess that wraps. I guess we're gonna wrap it up and Stick gets back.
Well, I do have another topic actually.
Okay, then go on.
So, today, well, I'm pretty far behind on my English stuff in terms of prepping for the final. And basically, we have to read this book. And there's 3 different books that we could choose between. I think one's Black Boy. And the first one's Black Boy. The second one's In Cold Blood. And then the third one is Color of Water. And basically, I chose the shortest book, which was The Color of Water, because I didn't want to read longer books. Like, fuck that, dude. So, I chose the shortest. And eventually, I got so behind that I was missing a bunch of questions on the review, and I was nearly 100 pages off of what the goal was supposed to be. And, yeah, this is like the final full week of the year. So the final would basically be next week. So I'm pretty fucking far behind. So I go in after school and I'm getting help for my final, and apparently my English teacher had to do stuff. He was supposed to close the class up early, he was supposed to close up a little bit earlier than usual because he had some stuff to do, and I was like, oh fuck. So theoretically, I shouldn't have been able to complete the review questions because I had like nearly a whole packet to do. Like basically, my status for my progress on that thing was The first page was nearly done, had like a couple questions incomplete. And then on the second page, only a couple questions were answered, and then everything else is untouched. And it's been out for a while. So I should have been way more ahead than what I was. And I'm getting help, and all this. And then my teacher starts calling some stuff. And apparently he was setting up some auto bill paying system or whatever, which was taking a long time. And eventually he gets the point where he actually decides to hand me the key to the study review, or to the final review. Legit, he hands me the fucking key to the study review. So it gave me all the answers I needed for every single question. And I was worried, oh, maybe he only gave this to me for like, this one particular question because he couldn't explain it or something. And no, that wasn't the case. Later, I thought, oh, maybe he just didn't realize I'm still using this, so he's probably going to realize I'm using it, and then he's going to take it back. Nope, doesn't happen. I fucking continued using it, and eventually I moved to a desk because I was on an uncomfortable surface. So I moved to a desk, and nothing happened. So he was basically letting me use the entire key, and I was like, fuck yes. And he explained that he thought it was all right for me to use the key because, he thought that it would help me. And since I'm on an IEP, I guess he figured whatever helps. and by the way, this is the first time he handed me a key to anything. So, it's not like he does this regularly. And most of the time, I wouldn't really need a key for any of the assignments anyways. So, but, I mean, for the situation, he couldn't explain every single question I had because he was doing shit. So, he handed me the key. And his thing was taking a long time, and I figured, oh, if he gets done with his thing, then he's going to close it, and I still won't be able to complete it. And to my fucking surprise, while he was on hold, I pretty much answered every single question on the study guide, and he's been on hold for nearly an hour trying to get technical support for whatever he was doing. And he hung up, and then he called the number again, and he was going on for over an hour. Meanwhile, I was done with my study review. And now, here's the other part. So, the problem, part of the reason why I'm so behind in the book is because, well, some days I just flat out didn't feel like doing anything, and I decided, fuck it, I'm just going to sleep. But here's the problem. People could say, oh, well, you probably have the book already because, the class lended it, or the teacher lended it to you. So, it's for class use. So you could just read it. You could have just read it at home. But the thing is that I couldn't unless I had a copy of the book or perhaps maybe a PDF or something, whatever was available, which I didn't take advantage of, by the way, but whatever. And that's how I got nearly 100 pages behind. I asked him, also, I shouldn't have moved on there. The other problem is the reason why I would have to own it or have a version of it online was because we couldn't have our own copy to borrow from the class. It was only a class copy, and there was like a limited amount. So he only had enough for a class only, like one class at a time, and nobody could take it out of the classroom or anything like that. So I asked him, I know that you don't give us these books, but like, is there some way that I could take one of these home or something? And turns out he actually had a couple extra copies that were falling apart, but were still usable. Like, when I mean falling apart, I mean the fucking cover of the book has literally been taped on. That's how bad in a condition it is. But I mean, it seems like the cover was only partially damaged. It was like the neck area, I guess. everything. I mean, it's not like the book can just easily fall off. No, it's like it's fine. So now I have that in my backpack, and basically I could pretty much read that all I want. Of course, I can't keep it forever, but it's an extra option now. So, yeah. And turns out that apparently if I finish everything before next week, I could actually take the final early. So if I were to complete the book and then just complete one more bell work question, because we had to do that kind of thing for tomorrow, since we're not doing any more on Thursday or Friday, and tomorrow's the last question, that would basically mean that I would then be ready to take the final if I really wanted to, which I promptly would if I was completed with the book by now. And yeah. So I have a pretty good chance of completing the other stuff to get to the final now that I got the study guide basically complete. I don't know if anyone else has it complete or if they've had it complete before I even had it, but probably that would be the case.
Wow.
And I had writer's cramp after that because there was like over 50, either about or over 50 questions in the review guide. And like I said, I only completed like the first page and almost the first page and then a couple questions after. So yeah, writer's cramp was definitely there, but I pushed.
Had that before. I did that too, similar, but it wasn't as open-ended. I was flat out cheating in 11th grade. I can say this now because it's been years. The statute of limitations is gone now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I was taking photography class, and before we even take the pictures and stuff, we had to.
What?
We had to label every name, every part of the camera. So I memorized, I couldn't memorize it all. So finally, I take the test. I sat down, like, great. Try to think. I looked to my left, and right there, where I was sitting, by accident. This part was by accident, of course. Was right the chart of the camera, every part.
Winning.
So I just went over there, and wrote them down.
Wow. And your teacher didn't notice?
Nope. Didn't notice or didn't care.
Oh, wow.
So I passed that part and started developing film and pictures in the darkroom.
Huh.
This was back during this is the 90s, so they still had film and stuff.
Yeah, that's no longer useful.
Yeah.
And even though there's a lot of movies now filmed digitally, there's still people like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan that advocate for the use of traditional film.
Yeah, but the problem with film, though, is that it's really fucking expensive.
Yeah. But they claim it makes it look nicer.
Really?
Oh, you Snick, did you?
At least that's what they claim. I don't know.
I don't really know the difference between the quality of the regular film.
Honestly,
and
you want to know how you can tell the difference?
How?
Watch the original Walking Dead series and watch the spin-off Fear the Walking Dead. Because the original series is filmed on film, but Fear the Walking Dead is filmed digitally.
But let me ask you this: to you, between those two series, which one looks better?
I think, which one looks better?
Yeah.
I would say the visuals in Fear the Walking Dead look cleaner, but at the same time, some reason in the original series, it looks kind of cinematic in a way. It's hard to describe.
Oh, that reminds me of I was talking to my sister today. We visit my mom. We're talking about how when we were little, she used to have this a video camera, like a big video camera, videotaping her kids and me. You know, I used to play with her kids a lot, and she has this big old VHS camcorder. Did stuff.
Yeah.
Shit.
But nowadays,
that's how cameras used to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone did that. But nowadays, everyone has these little either small cameras or it's like how people have, or phone cameras, and no one hardly ever videotape. No one doesn't videotape anything anymore. Hardly. It's much people do, and other people. Most people, it's on YouTube, I guess, but like it's easier to videotape stuff now on stuff, but hardly anyone does it. They did a lot with the big bulky cameras. Like you think we do it more often now, but apparently not.
If my battery's video camera was better, then if I carried my video camera around with me, if I wanted to record something, I probably would do it on the video camera rather than on my phone, mainly because, well, the video camera would be a little bit more professional compared to the phone. So, and plus my phone now has a bad battery where it basically, I mean, it doesn't run out instantaneously, but it runs out before the day ends if used too much.
Yeah, my phone.
So yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, it's a pretty big problem. If I want to get a new phone, but I just can't afford it right now. So.
All right, so Nick, you have another topic? We're wrapping this up.
I don't know. Like, do you want to summarize the topics, and I'll see if I can tell other stories?
Well, today we learned that spitting in a tube for me is very difficult. Your family. We learned that never trust a girl with a knife or a hockey stick.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Friends be crazy. We learned that changing rooms are weird. And
wait,
that
could you repeat some of these things?
Sorry.
I need to type this out.
All right. Today we learned that spitting in a tube that learn your DNA is harder than it looks. We learned that friends be crazy, especially if they're girls with knives and hockey sticks. We learned that changing rooms are strange and people don't like them. And we learned that people drink way too much water.
Yeah, no one has taste palates anymore, I guess.
And we learned that some teachers just don't care. All right.
How long has the podcast been going on for?
2 hours now.
That's actually pretty good.
I guess there's nothing else to say. I guess so. We'll see you next week.
Nah, not really. I think we had an amazing podcast today.
So we'll see.
I do have one more topic actually, and it does involve.
You
teaching.
do? Oh, so this goes on for even longer. There we go.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to say something, but I had to finish typing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So Schnick, remember how you always said that you hated your media class because of those fucking Miss Bitch or whatever you called her?
The princess.
Yeah, princess.
What about that?
Well, I now hate my media class so much to the point where I'm actually planning to change it for next year because of my teacher. He's a fucking douchebag. You don't know what he's done?
Well, my teachers are pretty good.
You want to know what my media?
In fact, there's one video teacher I have who's so nice to where he pretty much never has any mean things to say. Like, in fact, if you don't do good in your class, he just demonstrates disappointment, whereas the other video teachers get pissed.
It's the same teacher you talked about last week in the podcast.
What did I talk about last week?
Your teacher, a computer teacher or something, or a media teacher, but didn't know how to use Windows or something, or
Probably talking about a different media teacher I had, if that's the case. Because if you're talking about Windows or whatever, then basically all I can think of is my old media teacher, which is actually a good media teacher. The first two classes, well, actually, no, that's not true. The first class I took, like the beginning class that we used Windows, and then
it was Premiere Pro. He didn't know how to use Premiere Pro, and you needed to teach yourself.
Oh, yeah. Actually, this is the same teacher, but I have another thing on top of that to add. Well, okay. Well, basically, I downright hate my fucking teacher because, well, let me summarize if I already said this. I don't remember talking about it, but I'll just summarize what I might have already said. So basically, I hate him because recently throughout the year, basically, we've been doing projects that have been, cookie cutter bullshit that he gives us. And he does a thing called GVC. What else could I have talked about? Oh, he doesn't teach the class anything despite it being a lower level class. Like, literally, he doesn't seem to know anything about fucking Final Cut Pro. Like, it's up to the point where I now know. Yeah, it's up to the point where I know much more about Final Cut Pro than my teacher, Mr. Johnson, does, which is really sad. And also, what's even more fucking retarded is that apparently next to his desk, he has like a fucking packet or whatever hanging on a wall, and it tells you how to use iMovie, apparently. And he didn't seem to use it. We never used iMovie in that class because basically iMovie is this equivalent of Windows Movie Maker. And yeah, pretty recently too. Like, this is a more recent thing actually. So he has us do this project where basically we have to copy, and I mean copy, sitcom, and we just take a scene from whatever sitcom and we pretty much copy it. So at first, me and my friend John, which I think I did talk about with last week, me and John at first chose Rick and Morty because, well, I didn't have any other good ideas, and he liked Rick and Morty, so I said, fuck it. I mean, I guess we can try. I didn't think the teacher would accept Rick and Morty, but surprisingly he does, and surprisingly he doesn't even know anything about Rick and Morty. And he even asked what channel it aired on. My friend John said it aired on Adult Swim, and he still didn't seem to care. So I'm like, I don't know how the fuck this happened, but fucking sure, let's go with it. So then we decided to instead make our own story instead, which would require a little bit more advanced techniques. But, we kind of knew what we were doing to begin with, so it wasn't really too big of a deal. We just had to get the assets first, which was a little bit of a pain in the ass because the website only let you download 3 assets a day unless you upgrade to Pro membership, which fuck that. So, yeah, getting the assets was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we did. And on top of that, pretty much everyone except me for some reason, which the reason why I didn't do this thing was completely unexplained, but everyone except me had to do this PBA thing where they had to make a video, more like a fucking slideshow, based on a place, whether it's fictional or real, and why people should go to it or something like that. And you can only use pictures, you couldn't use video clips at all, which made no fucking sense. But here's the kicker. You also had to do the other project I previously mentioned on top of that. What the fuck? So, and then you want to know what's more retarded is the fact that this was not explained by both the packet that everyone was given and the teacher. But apparently you had to have 2 voice clips, or no, 2 sound clips. You had to have at least 2 sound clips, or else you'd fail the test. It didn't matter what else you did with the video or anything like that. If you didn't have 2 sound clips, you would fail the test So we weren't even told this at all. And my teacher Johnson is like, "Oh, I told you this 100 times." When my friend John questioned, after Johnson questioned him whether or not he had 2 sound clips. So that made no fucking sense, and my friend nearly failed because of that, but he had a chance to get another audio clip in. And I had to lend him my headphones because for some stupid reason, the Macs were reset for unknown reasons, and almost all the settings were blocked, including Bluetooth. My friend only has Bluetooth headphones from, I think, Beats, so he couldn't even use those on the Macs no more because he couldn't connect them. So I had to lend him my headphones, which are wired only, so, you know, you can't fucking block that unless you damage the headphone jack for some reason. So, or the headphone jack port, whatever the fuck they call it. 3.5 mm headphone jack. I don't know what the fuck it's called. You know what it is. It's a port. But yeah, I lended him the headphones and he got the audio clip. And yeah, that's how he didn't fail after nearly failing the test, which is completely bullshit. He claims, "Oh, this has been told 100 times. No, it fucking hasn't. You haven't even explained it once. You didn't mention it anywhere, and it wasn't even mentioned in the packet." And apparently, that wasn't even his decision to make that rule. Apparently, it was the district's decision. So, you're telling me that the district is telling people how the test should be ran, yet they clearly don't know what they're doing, because I don't understand why you would need 2 sound clips as a priority, or else you'd fail a test for the fucking video. That makes absolutely no sense. That is absurd. I see no reason as to why you would need at least 2 sound clips. I mean, fuck me, dude. So then, after people would finally complete that, me and my friend John decided that the Rick and Morty idea was not going to go down, and we just basically canceled it because it was taking us way too long to even start filming. We already got the assets at this point, but we have the storyboard too, but it just wasn't going to happen. Plus, I would have to practice voice acting Morty, which I'm not a voice actor at all. I've never really voice acted seriously.
Yeah,
so
I tried voice acting one time for a Zelda Bridge video on my channel, but it was weird. I did a high-pitched voice for an old lady and a low-pitched voice for an old guy. That's all I could do.
Then meanwhile, I do drunk Obi-Wan and Brandon does Mickey.
Yeah, I can't voice act for shit, basically. So, yeah, we just decided it's not going to happen at all, so we canceled that idea. And then I found John introduced me to TTwC, which is a channel, and I guess it's also a TV show somewhere. I don't know where it airs, but yeah, it's apparently a TV show, and it's a sitcom-based TV show, and they're actually really fucking good. So we decided to copy one of their scenes because limited time, and we didn't need any special assets or anything. It was just pure acting at that point. But here's the problem. We were also told that it had to be 90 seconds. And yet this was not previously mentioned before either. So he also failed to mention this as well. And this didn't make any sense to me either, because that's barely enough time to do anything. And what's even worse is that the video that we were doing was about 3.5 minutes long, and we had to condense that into 90 seconds, which we somehow did. But, like, why 90 seconds? That's stupid. So, then, unfortunately, my friend happens to get sick as well. Oh, yeah, and also, while he's sick, we also have to do another project on top of what we're still doing. And it's a pretty stupid project. We have to find 3 stories, and then we have to go in another room, and we have to practice broadcasting or whatever, even though that none of the students are going to actually broadcast there pretty much in the year ever, unless they took a higher level class or whatever. So I don't see the point, but, you know, they fucking do that for some reason. I don't know why we need to fucking do all these projects at the same time, but apparently that's what we have to do, which is fucking retarded. So clearly, he doesn't know what's going on. No, he doesn't know what's going on, but he doesn't know what he's doing at all. So yeah, my friend gets sick. He's really sick. Like his body is hurting. He has huge migraines and all this and that. So he is unable to film or act or any of that. And because of that, he actually even missed a day yesterday. So I was completely unable to do anything, which wasn't even. It's nobody's fault at that point. If someone's sick and they're unable to do something, then let them fucking rest. Honestly, let them rest. So, I told my teacher, I can't really do anything because he's gone, and he's probably homesick. That's probably why he's gone right now. So he's like, okay. And then the next day passes, which is today. And then we asked for a camera, and my teacher decides to freak out and rage. And also, this is the new thing. This is actually today, recent. So this is the new thing, by the way. So we asked for a camera, and then he freaks out about how it was already due a week ago. But see, here's the kicker, though. He says that it was due last week, right? But the problem with that statement was that he's lying again, because he actually said last week that it was due Monday. So even though technically it would be late either way, it's not really anybody's fault because, partially it is his fault, because he is the one who's making the class do all these fucking projects at the same time. Makes no sense. And plus, John was home sick, so he couldn't do anything that day. So why are you fucking blaming us for not getting anything done when I clearly told you yesterday that he was gone because he was sick, and you're gonna fucking yell at us after he comes back the next day, still slightly sick, but pretty much able to, act and all that. So he was getting better at least, but you're going to yell at him because he was sick and that we didn't get anything done. Well, fuck you. Fuck you for yelling at us. Fuck you for lying multiple times for different projects, including this one, even though technically it would still be late either way, but you still lied. So what the fuck is your problem?
Excuse me.
Yes, Nick?
I had an idea for another topic, but I don't know if we should save it for next week or not, because it kind of pertains to the friendship kind of thing.
You guys want to talk more, or you want to wrap it up?
We could probably keep it going, probably because eventually these topics are probably going to come back, because I almost guarantee that some of these topics were introduced in earlier podcasts.
Wow.
But basically, the topic I wanted to propose was romantic relationships.
Oh, that's a whole. Try the next week. That's a whole.
Yeah,
there.
We'll just save it for next week because the Rugrats video I uploaded yesterday got a note I put into it. So yeah, we'll save it for next week then. I'm going to run to the bathroom quickly. Mario, continue your story.
Yeah. So, yeah, he fucking yells at us because we didn't get anything done, despite the fact that my friend was sick in the first place. So, yeah, and also despite the fact that we were told to do multiple things. So, yeah, I think my teacher, after a year with it being in his class, I think he's a piece of shit, a fucking liar, a bad teacher that he didn't even teach us pretty much anything. All he said was, oh, this is how you use a green screen. Oh, this is how you use a blue screen. That's it. I mean, he didn't really go in full detail on like how to actually use it in the editor. He just told us, oh, basically this allows you to be pretty much anywhere you want, and that's it. Basically, that's the gist of what he said. So, yeah, I had to teach myself how to use Final Cut Pro. He apparently doesn't know shit about Final Cut Pro. He doesn't know the fucking basics. And now I do. So I know more than he does, which shouldn't fucking happen in the first place.
And he's the teacher.
Yeah, he's the teacher. So technically, I'm more qualified to be a teacher for media class than he is, because I'm the one who actually knows fucking shit. And on top of that, there's also Adobe Premiere. So if I really needed to, I could direct someone to Adobe Premiere if Final Cut Pro just did not fucking work out at all for the person. And then I would really be able to fucking help them at that point, because I know a lot more about Adobe Premiere than Final Cut Pro, personally. But, I mean, I at least know enough to help people with the basics. And, you know, green screening and all that. So, somewhat advanced stuff and mostly basic stuff. I don't really know the shortcuts that well, but, yeah, you get the gist. And, you know, it's just these fucking facts, and there's no real creativity. It's all just cookie-cutter bullshit. We're told what kind of videos we're supposed to make, and, you know, it's like, what the fuck? You know, we can't even have a fucking final where we create our own thing. You know, like, are you fucking serious? And then what makes me even more pissed off is the fact that, you know, I imagine that some of these people would want their video projects, you know, saved, and then, you know, they would want the video projects so then they could show, you know, future people, or, well, not future people, but like maybe family members or future children what they did back then. But so far, he has not mentioned any of that at all. And personally, I don't even know if I have all my projects saved. I don't know if I deleted anything important or not, because, well, basically the saves aren't really guaranteed at this rate. It was never guaranteed to begin with. So, I mean, for all I know, they're on a server, so it's not like the Mac reset deleted every project I had to begin with. But yeah, in fact, I might have certain projects on my Google Drive, so those ones are guaranteed, but I don't have very many. I think I have like maybe one or two. So yeah, there's those problems, and then it's just a whole fucking mess. It's disorganized. I feel like nobody knows what they're doing, and it's not really their fault that they don't know what they're doing, because
The teacher's
they're not
stupid.
being, yeah, the teacher's stupid. They're not being taught anything, so it's not really their fault, and I can't really blame them. If they do know something about Final Cut Pro, at least, if they somehow got something out of it because they had to teach themselves because the teacher couldn't be bothered to fucking learn his own program, then good on them, because that's the exact same shit I had to do to learn the basics, and I fucking somehow managed. And if I can fucking do it, then surely he could have the fucking time and patience to do it. But no, he's fucking stupid. And also, for some reason, he's trying to gain as much power in the school as possible. Like, he also does fucking, you know, he's like the guy that announces shit in sports, and apparently he does some other stuff behind the scenes for some reason. He's slowly
It's
gaining more and more
always
power.
freaking sports.
So
That's probably what he cares about more.
Yeah, so he's also power hungry on top of that. I heard that he used to be a better teacher, but, you know, it's like, if he was a better teacher back then, great. But clearly, he's proven himself that he's a piece of shit, and he needs to step up his game hard,
He
like
slid
big
down
time.
the totem pole.
Yeah,
Yep,
and that,
it's all
yeah.
fake sports.
Yeah, and his rules are fucking retarded too. Like, oh, you can't watch any video that has gameplay in it. So, like, let's say, oh, there's a video with gameplay in it, but the person is talking about something completely different than a video game. And let's say it was an actual serious topic. Nope. Shut that down. Can't fucking watch it. The fuck? So, it makes absolutely no sense to me. And that's why that's why I shouldn't go to his classes no more, because it's gotten to a point where I just can't fucking take his bullshit.
Does he
And
teach
I'm not doing it.
Does he teach the advanced class too?
Well, I mean, he teaches pretty much the main video media classes. I don't even know if there's a photo class, but I don't think there is. But yeah, he basically teaches all the fucking media classes, and at this point, I'm not gonna go my senior year and fucking deal with that shit again. No, fuck that. I pretty much have like 3 years at least of experience of video, so I think I know a thing or two about video. He clearly has proven to me that he knows jack shit about video production. All he probably knows is like, oh, you got to write a storyboard, but oh wait, it's not required or some shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it kind of is a little bit required because that actually helps you plan out your, I don't know, cinematography and what your shots are supposed to look like, at least. So, yeah, he probably knows that much. He somehow knows about green screen, but he doesn't seem to know how to actually implement it in the video editor itself. And he never seems to mention Adobe Premiere once, despite the fact that you can literally access it with no problems on the Mac because it's literally installed. In fact, they even have After Effects on the same Mac as well. So you have Adobe Premiere and After Effects. So there you go. If you know your Adobe products, then boom, you don't even need Final Cut Pro at that point. So yeah, that's why I hate his class. That's why I hate the teacher. He can go fuck himself at this point. And I'm done with his bullshit. That's why I'm going to a theater class next year. Or hopefully, if it's not filled by now.
Well, hope y'all enjoyed our rants about stuff. Join us next week as we talk about love and romance.
Oh yeah, and how all three of us have been. Oh, I've been completely hopeless. I don't know about the two of you.
Mm.
I'm hopeless in my fucking media class. I'm hopeless for the teacher.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And with that, enjoy the randomness. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.